Welcome to day 2 of Carnivore Athlete, where I'm trying to basically get to the state final in the 800 meter in 6 months. So yeah, that's how we're rolling, dude. Today, I woke up at 6 a.m. I didn't eat breakfast because I'm like that. I'm fasted, and I just smashed out school. Just finished up going to school, and yeah, we're good now. It's raining. It's so awful outside today, dude. It's like I'm just thinking, like, I don't want to train, but I kind of have to if I want to win, you know? So I'm gonna train today. I have like a last soccer practice where I have to turn in all my jersey and stuff because on day 0 basically, like, we lost. And so yeah, I just gotta turn everything in now and just close the book on soccer for me, and then just get a move on and start training, start doing some speed. I think today I'm gonna do speed work. I'm just gonna do some sprints and whatnot just to get faster because I'm slow. So yeah, and so yeah, I'm just gonna do like speed work once a week from now on, just to try and maintain or improve my speed just a little bit. Because even though like the 800 is like a semi-fast race, speed isn't like the most important thing, at least from what I understand. But yeah, like I said, I didn't eat breakfast. I had time to, and I was thinking about it, but I figure that if I'm fasted, I'm gonna perform better, rather than eating something before. And so yeah, I think that'll kind of work with my carnivore athlete thing. But yeah, then after I'm done training, I think I don't know if I'll eat some eggs or like ground beef, or if I'll buy like a rotisserie chicken or something just to feast on whenever I get back. But yeah, that's the agenda post school, because I got most of my schoolwork done. I'll get more done tomorrow. But yeah, I'm kind of out of school mode now, and I'm gonna get into training mode. So yeah, let's get after it. All right, so we made it to the track. I went home basically after school, and then I just kind of sat around. I was thinking, like, again, the idea of like, oh, maybe I should have some eggs kind of crossed my mind, but I decided against it. And so I just kind of sat there. I got all my stuff ready for, like, turning in all my stuff for soccer, and then I just sat and like edited yesterday's episode, or yeah, video. And yeah, so now we're here. It's wet and blah outside, and to be honest, I don't want to run. I'd rather just kind of like stay inside and not get wet or deal with weird feet problems. Because another thing that I don't have is my spikes. So I'm gonna be running like slower today, and I'm running in my barefoot shoes, so that'll be fun on the track. And yeah, so the workout plan today is just to do like 6 200-meter dashes, where it's basically just like, I'll do a warm-up kind of thing just to get all the blood flowing, and then I'll do a maximum intensity sprint, and then rest for like 6 minutes, and then do it again. And the reason why is because whenever you rest for longer, you should be able to like output more. At least that's what I learned from, what was it, like, Dr. Andy Galpin. He's this like sports scientist guy. And so yeah, I'm just trying to follow that principle as close as I can. It's just kind of like for maximum like power development and that kind of thing, just get like faster, like you have to rest for longer, if that makes sense. At least I hope that's the play, and I'm not just being lazy. But yeah, that's the play, and we're just gonna stand out in the rain. I'll record a couple of the runs, or maybe one, but then I'll actually want to like listen to a podcast or listen to some music, so you only get like 1 or 2 reps out of the bunch, and maybe the warm-up too. So yeah, let's get it. All right, it stopped raining, which is awesome. I feel a lot less depressed, and I don't want to be like, I want to be out here a little bit more since it's not raining anymore. But yeah, I'm not gonna bore you anymore with the freaking long ass warm up. So yeah, I'm gonna do a couple more like explosive type of things just to get more like blood flowing, and then I'll show you the I'll probably just show you like the first rep, and so yeah, we'll get that out of the way. Here we go. I hate 200 meters, bro. It's the freaking worst. It has been a hot minute since I've ran a freaking 200 meter dash, dude. It's kind of like a weird, different form of cardio, you know? Where it's like you're sprinting, and then you're also gonna have to push your cardio as well. So it's kind of a mix of speed and endurance, I guess. More speed though. But yeah, toe shoes held up pretty nicely, so I think I'll do a couple more. If my toe shoes bother me, I'll just start doing 100s. But yeah, I'm glad I'm out here now, just because, like, as you can see, there's literally no one else out here. So I was putting in the work when no one else is. I'm sure there's some kid out there who I'm gonna race against that's running fucking like running like a sub 2 800 already, and he's just training right now. But I'll catch up to him. We'll see. We got this. We got this. Just gotta keep putting in the work, and I need to get a haircut. So that's good. Get a haircut tomorrow. So that'll be nice. But yeah, that's it. We'll start running the rest, and then we'll be home. So yeah. Okay, we just finished up the best 200. I gotta hurry in now because it's starting to rain, but I had a realization while I was like waiting for my last run, or my second to last run, was I was like looking at my phone, scrolling on like school and whatnot. Sorry, getting distracted basically, and I like got focused back, and I just noticed like that 5th out of 6 runs was like kind of bad. It was kind of trash. And so I think that's something that's so important. Like, this is a note to self, is just stay focused. Because if you don't stay focused throughout the workout, if you don't stay focused in general, you're gonna lose intensity. You're gonna lose the intention of what you came out here to do in the first place. I came out here to run and to get faster, not scroll on my phone. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Future Keegan and whoever else is watching this, stay focused. All right, what's up? So we're back after a little while. I had dinner basically, and it was like a couple separate meals, but it was basically like one big kind of like bolus meal. And they'll like pop up as I'm talking about it, but basically meal number 1 was 8 eggs, and that was delicious. I had a very good time eating that. And then I decided I was still a little bit hungry, so since, you know, I haven't eaten basically all day, so I pulled out a little bit of bacon and I cooked that up, and then I cooked 6 more eggs in that bacon grease. So good. I find it's really nice to use like a stainless steel pan, and then use like a metal spatula thing to like flip the eggs after they get like a decent, like almost like a crust on the bottom of them, and then flip them over for like fried eggs. So good, dude. It's a little bit tougher whenever you have like bacon grease on there, because you have like the bacon bits on there. But what I like to do is I'll either throw some like some cooking fat on there, and it needs to be enough so it'll actually like fry the eggs, and so they like slide, right? So generally, like whenever we have tallow, I use tallow. but today I used ghee for the first round of eggs, and then I used the bacon fat. And before, whenever we didn't have ghee, I just used butter. So yeah, it's so good though. I just enjoy bacon and eggs. I don't think you can go wrong, especially like on a carnivore diet. Like I don't think you can go wrong with bacon and eggs, to be honest. Unless you're like was it like an autoimmune, if you have autoimmune stuff and you get triggered by like eggs and bacon and pork and whatnot. That's really unfortunate for you. Sorry. It's a little mean, but yeah, I'm very grateful that I'm able to tolerate eggs and bacon, bro. It'd be so sad if I couldn't, dude. It'd be bad because like I'm broke too. So eggs and pork and chicken and whatnot, that's like my go-to right now for in terms of like the majority of the calories. Like I think I think the majority of my calories for the past few weeks even has just like been eggs essentially. Like eggs, pork, a little bit of beef, but mostly like eggs, chicken, and pork. To be honest, just like I can't afford beef. It's like I'm too broke, dude. Um, but yeah, I'm not like completely beef deficient. I do still have some love. Like I had beef yesterday, so it's not like I'm starving for beef or whatever. It's just not like it's like 30 or 20% of my diet, and like the rest is like the other types of like meats and animal stuff and whatnot besides dairy. But yeah. Anyways, I just want to talk about like that crazy drive home that I had from practice, dude. That was nuts. I'm so great. Like I'll show you a clip now. Dude, I just got out of practice after, turning in my jersey and stuff. Thank God I did the running earlier, bro. Holy crap. What is this, bro? Holy crap. But basically, it was pouring. It was dark. It was bad. And like my car is still in the shop because it had some thing go on with like a valve or whatever. So it had to go in and get a part replaced. So I was basically driving my dad's truck, and I normally drive like a small car, right? And so like it's a completely different vehicle. It's dark. It's rainy. There's like lightning going boom. It's nuts, dude. Like I was driving and I could barely see for like the first 10 minutes, and I was like, what am I supposed to do? But fortunately, I'm an amazing driver, and I survived. I'm very grateful that I survived, dude. That would have been terrible if like there's this one person on the road that was like driving super slow, and they almost like stopped in the middle whenever they were turning, and I thought I was about to run into them for a second because they were driving in such a weird like manner. It was interesting to say the least. But yeah, I survived, and I'm glad that I did my 200-meter run beforehand, because after like like as soon as I got out of dropping all my stuff off and wrapping up the soccer season and whatnot with coaches and my teammates and whatnot, as soon as I like walk out of the school, it's dark, it's rainy. I'm like, dude, I would almost never want to run in that unless I had like a headlamp and some like waterproof shoes or something, both of which I do not have. So I'm very glad that I didn't wait to do that. And I think it just kind of goes to show, it's like if you have the time, I just kind of like a note to self. It's like if you have the time, like get it done. Like go for it as early as you can, right? Like putting it off until later is a very big mistake. If you have the time to do it now, like the exercise that you're planning, the meal, or yeah, like just whatever, just like do it as soon as possible. Because actually, it's under this tripod that I have right here. But in this book, The Way of the Superior Man, I was just reading it, recapping it a little bit last night. But it was like, stop hoping for the completion of anything. And it's like, basically the premise of that chapter is like, you like start now, because there's never going to be an opportune time. There's never going to be, there's never going to be perfect conditions. The perfect conditions was, like 5 years ago or whatever, whenever you were born, right? But, you didn't have that knowledge then. you have the knowledge now. So the perfect condition to start is like right now. The perfect condition to do anything is right now. And so yeah, it's just like, it's also like you should be kind of pursuing your goal as much as you can throughout the day. Because if you don't do that and you just kind of push off and push it off and push it off, then do you really actually want that goal? I don't know. It's just something I was thinking about. Um, and yeah, something that I also um, spoke about earlier on the track was it's kind of crazy how your focus can really drift throughout a workout and stuff like that. Like I noticed throughout the summer, this past summer, that I really was distracted throughout my workouts, especially like the speed workouts that I just did, that like the type of workouts like that where I was basically just like I'd sprint either 100 meters or 200 meters and then I'd rest because that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to rest and then wait until you're basically 100% and then sprint again, right? But what I do is whenever I was waiting for that, I'd scroll on my phone, start looking around, and just get distracted, and then I lose the intensity and the focus. And I think that really inhibited some of my workouts back then. And I think I'm worse off now because I didn't have that intensity back then. And so yeah, carrying forward, I'm just gonna try and keep my phone away from me. Like unless I'm like recording something or whatever, but I'm gonna try and keep my phone away from me whenever I'm in that kind of intense exercise because it's so distracting. Like I was responding to this one dude's post on school. It's just like talking to him like hey, like I think you should do it. Like he was asking for advice, so I was like, oh hey, I think you should do this. Blah blah blah. Like I was giving him advice basically, right? And I was just kind of like focused on that, and then I take a look up from my phone and it's like, oh wait, I'm actually working out right now. So yeah, you just gotta you gotta know what the priority is for what you're doing right now. Like you can do whatever like the admin tasks of your life later, like responding to texts and whatnot, but I think you should really be present or just dialed in on what you're doing. Like you don't have to be 100% present what you're doing, because to be honest, I was listening to a podcast whilst I was whilst I was working out, but just being like locked in, like dialing in on what you need to do, I think is just so important to get the best results. Honestly, like you can kind of like half-assing, still get some results, but just continuing on is just not good long term. Especially if you're like me and you want to get in 6 months and you want to drop like 30 seconds off your freaking 800-meter time, right? Like I can't not be focused. I have 6 months to drop 30 seconds off of a very short race, right? Like that requires focus. And if I don't focus in, dude, like I'm screwed. I'm just gonna be the same way I was this past spring. I was just absolutely washed and terrible. Like my sophomore year, because this is my senior year of high school, right? My sophomore year, I had my best times, right? Like I think that's what I said in the beginning of the series was my best time was a 2:17. I ran that sophomore year of high school. Okay, it's my senior year of high school, right? My junior year of high school, where I did track as well. Okay, this was post. This was post me trying to bulk and eating a bunch of carbs and garbage nonsense, right? And I didn't really condition that much over the winter. And to be honest, over sophomore year, I didn't really condition that much over the winter. I just, ran consistently every single day. It wasn't like super intense or anything. It was just consistent. And like my junior year was terrible. I was like earlier this year I was washed, bro. I was terrible. I ran I think my best time was like a 220, like a 222 or something like that. It was way worse than my last time. And I felt a lot sore. I felt a lot worse. And yeah, so hopefully I won't be washed this year. And it's because of the focus, because of the locking in, that kind of attitude. Something else that I noticed during those sprints today was my toes started to really hurt because I was wearing the toe shoes, obviously, right? And I'm not super used to wearing toe shoes, but what's interesting is it isn't like my feet, like the bones hurt or anything like that. it's like the muscles in my feet hurt, which I think is kind of weird. Um, but it kind of makes sense because whenever you're sprinting, something I learned is that like imagine this is your big toe, like the muscle here on your foot is kind of responsible for pushing off, and like your entire like big toe and your feet take the most amount of force whenever you're running, right? Because I mean, just imagine like you're running, right? Like your feet are going to be pounding on the ground, and what's the last thing to leave the ground? It's your big toe, right? So yeah, just kind of thinking about that is like, okay, it makes sense that my feet would be sore or my toe. It's like it's specifically the muscle like here on your foot, on my foot for the big toe is specifically that one, which I think is interesting. But again, it makes sense. So yeah, it's just something else I noticed. And hopefully, actually, I think I'm gonna do more of the sprints in the toe shoes, even though they aren't the like they were sliding a little bit. I think I got a little bit of a blister from them. I think I'm gonna keep doing stuff in the toe shoes because like if I can get a workout with those toes, I think that'll actually help me get faster, just in general because I'm working that individual muscle more because it hasn't gotten work because it's been like squished in for so long from other shoes that I've worn. So yeah, it's just something interesting that I experienced today. And yeah, I think that's about it for the day. I think I'm gonna eat a little bit more food because I'm hungry still, kind of. Not really. I'm a little bit satisfied. I'm gonna eat like my mom made some taco meat. She did season it some, but honestly, like even though like the carnivore diet is kind of like, oh, you know, like some people are like, oh, you shouldn't have spices and whatnot. It's like, for me, like I can tolerate spices, to a certain extent, right? Like, um, and you know, it doesn't bother me that much. Yeah, like I've heard some stories of like people on the carnivore diet whenever they eat, like if they've been like super strict on it for a while and they eat even like some different meat or it's like slightly seasoned with some light seasoning like cracked pepper or whatever, it's just they absolutely die, and it's because like their back soreness comes in or whatever. I'm fortunate enough to where that isn't the case for me, or at least I haven't like experienced that level of purity in the carnivore diet yet because you know like I can't afford to do to do just ribeye steaks the entire time. So yeah, I think I can afford a little bit of flexibility into like the spice realm, even though there are like plant toxins and whatnot in the spices. You like dude, I just need to get enough food to survive at this point, bro. It's like because yeah, it's just like meat and eggs is probably gonna be the cleanest source and the most amount of energy that I'll be able to get. Right? I mean, like fruit and vegetables, probably not the greatest play there, but like having a little bit of spices on the meat probably isn't going to kill me. You know, it'll probably not be optimal or whatever, but I can't afford optimal, and I don't really need to do optimal. I just need to do what what works, right? It's functional, essentially. I don't need to optimize everything. Um, and yeah, to survive, honestly. That's that's really it. So yeah, I'm done yapping now. Hopefully, you got some value out of this vlog or this day in the life, I guess. Yeah, I think the biggest lessons is just intensity, focus, and eat real food, because that'll help with recovery. And wear minimalistic shoes as well, and try those out. That's my suggestion. Anyways, I'm done yapping. I'm gonna begin my night routine and whatnot. Try and get to bed by 9 p.m. And yeah, we'll see you in day 3, bro. I'm excited, dude. Like yesterday I was actually really excited for today, and I'm actually like excited for tomorrow, which is something that I haven't felt in like a long while. You know, it's kind of like that. It's kind of like the Christmas Eve feeling of like, yeah, like I'm so excited for Christmas, bro. But it's like I'm excited for the next day. I'm ready to roll because tomorrow, I have my first day of like club track, so I'll get some like actual coaching in terms of probably how to race and just some like accountability whenever it comes to conditioning and whatnot. And then I also start my workout split tomorrow, like lifting wise. So I'll do that in the morning. And yeah, I mean, and I eat the carnivore diet, so I eat like a king every single day, bro. So it's just like life is good, bro. I'm excited, even if like I'm not super famous quite yet from YouTube. That's okay, because what matters is just putting in the work every single day, and that's what excites me now. Is like doing this work, locking in, getting better, learning stuff like that excites me. So I'm ready to roll. I'm very excited to go. Anyways, I said I was done yapping, but I just had to go on. If you like this video, then please go subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. And I'll see you tomorrow. Be better and have a W day.